Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of the Blender Essential tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 3 and here I'll be selecting objects in Blender. Okay, so we'll be learning about the selection tool and how you'll be able to make selections in the outliner panel. Okay, so we'll be learning about how you will be able to select objects differently. So yeah, let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I am here in the workspace of the Blender. So now from here, what I need to do is I need to select these files, okay? So there is a simple way of how you will be able to select these icons from here. So if you just left click on your mouse onto that particular object, here it will get selected. So I do have selected the cube from here. And if you want to select the camera, you guys can come here and select the camera from here, and also over here you can select the light angle as well. Okay, so here if you select using the left key of your mouse, here you guys can see individually you guys can select each and every icons from here. Okay, so basically if you want to select it from here, you guys can basically select it from here itself from the screen. Otherwise, what you guys can do is here just beside the 3D view panel, I do have this other panel which is basically called as the outline panel. Okay, so basically if you want to select the light, okay, you guys come here, select on the outline panel, and here you guys can see this light is getting selected. If you want to select the cube, you guys can come here and select the cube using the left key of your mouse. Okay, and if you want to select, here you guys can see the highlight is kind of different over here. Okay, so here you guys can see these two have a different color of highlight, and here also you guys can see the highlight of this color. Okay, so in last class I have already showed you that how you will be able to change the viewpoint of this particular icon. Okay, if you come here, go to view, let's say I will just click on frame all, and here everything, all the objects which I have over here, okay, I can see on my screen. Okay, all are visible right over here. Let's say now if you want to select more than one object from here. Okay, so if you want to select the light and the cube, so what you need to do is you can come here and click on control, and you guys can just select both of these things. Here you guys can see the highlight of this cube is basically kind of light. Okay, and here this one is a dark orange color. Okay, so here you guys can also see, and if you come here and if you just select the camera option all by itself, here you guys can see the highlight color is a different over here as well. Okay, so you guys can come here, and let's say if you want to select all of it at the same time, you guys can come here, click on the shift option, and it will actually select all the layers or all the objects which you have here in between. Okay, so you guys can click on shift and select all of it, and here you guys can check between the colors and the highlight colors. Okay, so here all these three objects are getting selected, and over here you guys can see you do have the light, the cube, and the camera as well. So now if you basically look here into this offset panel, here you guys can see if you just click outside out of all these options, okay, you guys can just deselect all of these things. Now I'm not selecting anything right over here, but you need to understand that if you're selecting and just underneath over here you do have the properties panel. Okay, so this is basically called the properties panel, where if you select the cube, you will have all the transformation option and the relations option you will have regarding the cube itself. If you click on camera, here you guys can see I do have this one set as the primary object, and here I do have this thing, these options right over here. Now let's take this one, and here also you guys can see the options for light. Let's say now with shift I will select both of it, and here you guys can see out of this one is basically the primary object. Okay, so here this one is the primary layer or the primary object, as you guys can say, because this one was selected first comparing to this one. And let's see if you don't select anything right over here, and now if you select all these things together, here also you guys will be able to see cube. Now if I come here and if I select this camera over here, and now I will just select all of this together, and let's say over here now this one is basically the camera is the subjective object. Okay, so here it will show all the options regarding the camera. So if you want to come here and if you want to change it, basically write down from here only, you guys can do it from this particular panel, which is just on top over here under the camera option. So you guys can just click on this arrow option and you will have all those options right over here. So if you are not selected with anything, basically they will be actually showing you the last one. And now here you guys can see now I do have the cube marked as the main or the subjective object over here. Okay, so this was about how you will be able to select different objects from this offset panel as well as from your 3D view panel as well. Okay, so now this was about the selecting subject, and also I'll be showing you guys that how you will be able to deselect. Let's say if you come here and if you just select all of this, instead of coming here, let's go to this menu bar from here, and from here I can just come to the edit option. Otherwise I will come here and I will just go to the select option. And if you come here, let's say now I want to select none, I can click on none, and the shortcut key for that over here is Alt plus A. And if you want to select all, if you just click on A, everything over here in your screen will be selected. Suppose you do have a lot of objects over here, okay, and now you are not able to click outside of the object. So in that case, you guys can come here into the select option and click on all. Okay, otherwise you guys can just click A from your keyboard and everything will be selected. So here I just put A, and again if I come here and if I just select none, which is Alt A, okay, so I can come here and click on Alt A, so I will just deselect everything. So again, if I come here, go to the select option, let's say I will just select only this camera layer, and now let's come here and let's go to the select option again. And now if I just invert this one, except this one which I had selected first, all the other objects will get selected. So I have just inverted the selection. And now if you go to select, if you want to use the box select, you guys can actually use. I'll be showing you guys about all of that here in detail now. So here you guys can see under this I do have different kind of options. Okay, if you just click and hold onto your right side of your mouse, you guys can see now if you just click over here and let's say I want to select using box, so I can come here, I can just select that particular option, the select box option. Let's say I want to select this camera, so here I can just take one or two objects, or if I have so many objects which I want to select using a box, I will be able to do that. Okay, so this was about the select box option. And if you want to select in a circle, you guys can come here and you guys can basically create a circle. Okay, so here using the circle, you guys can come here and let's say you guys can just select this thing up. Okay, so using the circle, you guys can actually select, let's say let's create a lasso. Okay, so if I come here and if I select lasso tool, here using the lasso, I will be able to select a particular object. Here you guys can see I have only selected the camera and the light in the offset panel over here on the right and top corner. Okay, so this is the usage of lasso tool. If you want to select this whole area, you guys can see I am selecting all of these three objects present in my screen over here. Okay, so this was about the usage of all of these tools over here. So any tools over here on the left hand side, if they do have a small triangle box just underneath here inside, that means you need to know that they do have other options as well. Okay, so here you guys can see they do have a lot of options for that. So this one also have some arrows, so let's see, here also you do have a lot of options. If you come to this one, here also you do have 2 options, and this one do have 4 options right over here. So now what I can do is I can come here, go to the select tool. Now let's say if I want to select everything here, whichever is there in my box. So what I can do is I can come here and create a box quite like this. And let's say if I want to minus only those parts, I can come here, or if I want to merge, what I can do is I can come here and I can just click on this extend existing selection. Okay, so you guys can just click on this one, and afterwards if you want to subtract it from the existing selection, you guys can come here and let's say I will just select all of this. Let's say I will just select this one, and what I can do is if I come here and if I just give up this particular mode, or if I come here and if I just select the intersect existing selection, you guys can see the changes. Okay, so if I come here and over here, if I want to just select more, okay, more objects over here, if I want to actually extend the existing selection, I can do that. Okay, so let's come here and over here. Now if I just select this whole selection option, or now let's come here and let's select this particular object as well. And now if I will come here and if I will just invert, okay, so here you guys can see it will get inverted. So now let's come here, let's go to this option, and now if you come here and if you select the intersect existing selection, here you guys will be able to see the changes. Okay, so this is how you guys will be able to select objects in your screen, and also will be able to make selection using all of these tools of tweak, the select box. If you want to do it using a select circle, you guys can actually do that. Okay, so if you come here, let's say I will just select this one. Okay, so I will come here and now I will just use select box. So let's create a box over here. Then I will come here, let's just take this one, now select the box. Here you guys can see now I have selected both of this, and now if I come here and if I just do the vice versa, you guys will be able to see the changes. Okay, so you guys can actually use, if you're familiar with Adobe Illustrator, it's kind of works like the Pathfinder tool in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys have got a basic idea about how you will be able to select objects in Blender. Okay, so now let's come here and let's go to the select mode, and here if you want to select with a circle, you guys can come here. I have already showed you. Here you guys can see using circle, you guys can come here and you guys can actually select these objects. Okay, and if you just click on outside over here, okay, you guys can come here and let's say I will go to the select option, or let's come here, let's go back. So yeah, I hope to see you all in the next chapter where we'll be learning more about transformation in Blender. Okay, so take care everyone, keep on practicing. If you're not understanding at once, keep on practicing again and again. Okay, as this is a new application, it might take some time for you to adopt with it. So see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.